All right, next story. This one I really, really love. Tahoe high schoolers experience the perfect social distancing graduation atop Sierra-at-Tahoe.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have it around in my neighborhood. All the graduate, there's like signs on all the lawns, like congratulations, graduates.
Cars are decorated
Cars are
everywhere.
decorated. It's a weird year because they can't, celebrate basically what they've been working for their entire life, which is to graduate from high school and become an adult, whatever that means, go to college, get a job, whatever. So the Tahoe area actually has so much outdoor surrounding it that they're like, well, let's do some sort of graduation in the outdoors. And they came up, I guess the superintendent for the Tahoe school saw a similar graduation. And so he reached out to Sierra-at-Tahoe and they started running the lift for these guys. And this weekend they did a full-on graduation at 8,800 feet. Atop Sierra-at-Tahoe. The students, it was South Lake Tahoe and Mount Tallac, could take photos, and just a really cool idea. They go there, their families stay in the parking lot, they take the lift up, by themselves. There's no snow, obviously. They get to the top, they get their diploma, they take a picture, and they ride it back down. It was a great idea.
The pictures are electric. I think it's just such a cool idea. I mean, I know that everyone feels bad for them not being able to graduate. I personally didn't graduate high school, so it's not as big of a deal to me, but I love that. I personally think that these guys had a great year because, like, they only really, I mean, who actually loves going into school? They had to work, they got to do school from home, which is kind of every high schooler's dream. That's
especially
what my dream
with
was.
like senioritis.
And these guys are now graduate. They get to take a lift up and graduate at the top of Tahoe. All the pictures are fantastic. It looks like they had a professional photographer there that did a great job with the mountains in the background, nice flowers. Yeah, kudos to this school and the principal.
Obviously, living in Tahoe, it gives you advantages in these times where you can go easily, practice social distancing. Sierra-at-Tahoe. Well, for one, Sierra-at-Tahoe is one of my favorites. I grew up riding that mountain. I know that mountain like the back of my hand. They do a lot of stuff at the top of the mountain. They did on Valentine's Day. They were doing marriages at the top. Yeah, I think it was like $100. They bring you up to the top and they marry you. So they're always coming up with fun ideas, and they're sort of the local mountain for South Lake Tahoe. And in that sense, they really gave the locals something that they deserved, which was a special ceremony for these students who, some of which probably worked really hard to get there and they couldn't celebrate like they liked. It was still different. The kids were separated from each other. Everyone had to practice social distancing. That was the rule.
As they should have.
As they should. But just the pictures are great, like you said, and these kids just riding up, the lift is cool. And great idea. Kudos to both the superintendent of the South Lake Tahoe schools and the leadership over at Sierra-at-Tahoe for giving these kids something they can remember.